Hey, Dave Melinda here, Positive Polarity Podcast. Hope things are going awesome for you. As you know, every week I look all over the world to find the best of the best. I had to go all the way to Nigeria this week. Fortunately, we're doing it on Zoom. It would have been a long flight, but definitely the information we're going to learn today is worth it. And I'm going to start out by saying M&M. Okay, we all love M&Ms, and when we think of M&Ms, we think of the candy. Well, I'm looking at a different M&M, and it's money and magic. And we're going to unpack that today with Johnson Emmanuel. How are you today, sir?
I am doing awesome. Thanks for having me, Dave.
Awesome, for sure. So it's already tomorrow in Nigeria. So I hope.
No, it's not actually. I think that we're just 5, 6 hours ahead of you.
Okay, so don't tell me what good things are going to happen in the next 5 or 6 hours. Let me find out those on my own. Okay. So you're the founder of Havanzer. So tell us about your company.
Havanzer is the fastest growing marketing agency. Basically, we help companies make more money. So how we do that is we structure your offer or restructure your offer. We help you sell to the right clients, the people we call deep pocket clients. So the client that actually grow your business. And then we look at your pricing model and then help you make more money so that you can max your profit. So that's all what we're about. We run your campaign. If we need to handle your campaign for you, we run that or your entire marketing system so that you can get client, not just client, high value client. Last year, we did over $180 million for a client who work with us.
Wow, congrats. That's awesome. And that
Yeah,
is the
thanks, man.
M. First M is money, okay?
Yeah,
And I
money.
think what drew me to this, Johnson, was your website, your LinkedIn. You talk a lot about ROI, the return on the investment. And I know that sometimes that's a hard concept to connect to marketing. So I appreciate that that's really important to you. And what you just said about the right client is also huge because so often I know marketing can, you can't always feel like you can hone down to the right client. So,
Mhm.
so that's awesome. So and we'll get more into that. So the second M is the magic part. So fill us in on the magic part, because this is where the little kid in me it gets all giddy and excited. So
Let's go for the first M first.
sure.
Then I come back to this. No, you see, when we marketing, because everyone knows me as the ROI guy, I talk so much about ROI because I just feel it doesn't make sense. Like, so you want to buy a Tesla car, for instance, you go and then you're told that Tesla is $20,000. And then you say, okay, fine, take my money. Can I go with the car? Then they say, hey, no, we're not sure if the car will be delivered to you. Be like, wait a minute, why? But I just paid you. So we're not sure. So that's what happens with marketing. Most people uh, do not have return on their marketing spend. So it
Okay.
makes it seem like marketing is an expense. But in actual sense, marketing is not an expense, it's actually an investment. So if you know what you're doing, look at what's happening around the world right now with COVID and all those crazy things happening around the world.
Hmm.
Uh, the first one of the earliest victim now is the advertising budget, the marketing budget for most companies. And that's absolutely wrong. It shouldn't be so. Why should you be cutting down your marketing spend instead of upping it? Now, people cut it down because they're not sure
Yep.
if they want to save money. So they believe that if they cut down marketing spend, they'll be saving money because they are not sure of the return on the investment. So
Yep.
I strongly say marketing is not an expense, it's an investment. And I have proven that in my career that marketing is not and should not be seen as an expense, but as an investment. So now that end goal. Let's talk about the second M, which is the magic. Now, you say marketing, when you can create those little marketing magics, your business will transform. So you know what kind of clients you're getting. Those kind of clients you sell to. You're not selling to everyone.
Sure.
I'm saying to you that you should sell to the 4% of the audience that will bring 96% into your revenue. I call it the 96-4 method. So go to the clients the 4% of the clients who will bring 96% of your revenue. Now, why do I say so? Because you're not supposed to sell to everyone. So marketing becomes so difficult when you don't get that clearly. Now, you want to sell to a client who will buy your stuff without too much stories, procrastination, and stuff like that. And I'm also saying the other magic you should create is you're going to sell your stuff at premium. Not necessarily premium, because the point is you need to have a good pricing structure for your business. You see, there are two businesses that started the same day. One of them is crushing it. It's doing over $10 million. The other business is still struggling at $1 million. What's the difference? The pricing structure. So your job is to make sure from day one that you have a good structure in place in your pricing. And it's not the market that should determine how much you should sell your stuff. It is you that should determine how much you actually sell your stuff. And that's why I say to most people most of the time that once you get the pricing made correctly, the business will flourish. And you'll be shocked how your business will flourish if you get the pricing made correctly. But if you fail at that, if you don't get that correctly, you're going to suffer. And wow. I don't want you to suffer. I want you to be able to sell your stuff correctly.
Sure. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Johnson. I think it's funny because like you said before, marketing is like the first thing that people cut when there's, when they need to pull money out of a company, out of a budget, expense budget. It's like, oh, look at all that money in marketing. We can easily cut half of that out, right?
Correct.
And so from what you're saying is marketing, I love the fact that you're saying marketing is an investment rather than an expense. It is on the on your profit and loss as an expense. I mean, it is money's going out, and
yes.
I think you're right on that. If we don't know where it's going, I mean, nothing worse than I think about like running an English ad on a Russian radio station. I mean, you're just wasting money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Correct.
And that's where I think a lot of times we are like that. So how do you help people kind of, let's jump into this, because the right client is huge, right? We got to find the right person. How do you find that person? What are your first couple steps in trying to help a business owner listening to get to the right client?
So let's say first, the people we love to help the most are people who sell prices stuff or want to sell prices stuff from $1,000 upwards. Like we want to sell those kind of stuff. You may not be selling that now, but you want to do it. Now you need help with that. That's the kind of people we help. Like, so you want to do stuff for $10,000, $20,000. That's the kind of people we like to work with. So our job is to sit with you and find out what exactly do you want to achieve. Okay, you say, I have a program I want to sell. So we sit down with you and say, okay, what do you want to sell? You tell us everything. The next thing we want to do is we want to first of all sit down and create your offer. You see, you need to create what we call magic offers. Now, magic offers is the offer that creates magic in the mind of the people, and your audience will feel so stupid not to take it, even if you are selling it at a premium. So your job is to make that offer a magic in the mind of the audience. So when they see it as you go out, it's so compelling and irresistible to them. They'll be like, I'll be stupid if I don't buy this right now. That's the kind of offer you want to do. So most times when we talk about creating an offer with people, as we're discussing with them, sometimes the customers we work with initially, they are usually their own problem. How do I mean? So you try to tell them about creating an offer. And they're like, no, we're giving too much away. That is why once it gets to that point, yes, you're giving the right offer. Like when you think you're giving a lot, that's when you're doing it. If it doesn't feel like that, you're not doing it well. So we have a system for creating that. We have a system, a structure. We actually have a proprietary tool we develop, which we call the magic offer system. So we use that system to create all the offer for our audience. So when they go out, it's easy for their deep pocket clients or wealthy clients or whatever to say, hey, yes to that. Then the first thing before the magic offer is to change their mindset, actually. The mindset is the first thing we try to shift. Okay. So you're selling stuff, and then you're selling this stuff for $500 or so. So I come to you, you came to me and I'm telling you, hey, $500 is too small for this. You're going to make it 1,500. You're like, what? At $500, Johnson, I'm not selling this stuff. You're telling me to make it 1,500? I say, yes, that's what you should do. Because when you go to 1,500, we've done that. The next thing we do, we create a magic offer for you. Then the next thing we want to do is to go out using our 96-4-16 to get the client. You want to look for clients who are a section of your audience who are affluent, the affluent section of the market. Now, people who need they need what you are selling. Then that they need what you are selling does not mean they can afford what you are selling. Every market has a segment. So we help you go to that segment of the market and you sell to them. And again, we have a proprietary tool for that as well. Because here's the thing. If you sell to people, like for instance, Dave, if I come to you right now and I'm telling you, hey, Dave, this Rolls Royce, this sold in the market price is $300,000. And then, Dave, I want you to buy this Rolls Royce at $50,000. And let's assume you don't even have $50,000. You've never seen $50,000. Dave, I'm giving you a discount, but you still cannot afford it at $50,000. So what about if I just move it away and say, hey, Dave doesn't have this money. I move it to someone else. I say, hey, guy, look, this car is $300,000 in the market. I'm saying, give me $150,000, 50% discount. The person is going to say yes to it. Like, it's going to see so much value. What has happened? I simply shifted from you to someone else who has 150K to buy the stuff. So, but most people make the mistake. What do? They meet people like, they go to meet that person who has just $50,000, who doesn't have $50,000. They keep selling to the person. The person keeps looking at their marketing message. So what do they do next? They keep bombarding them with more messaging. Oh, okay, maybe you didn't see my first email. I'm going to send another email to you again. Hey, I should give you three more emails. Maybe eventually you will say yes. You send mails and you send more marketing messages. What you get is no. The next thing that happens, frustration sets in. So it becomes so difficult for you because you are frustrated. But if you had shifted, if you just shifted to some other person, using the 96-4 method, you would have just gotten the kind of client that you need to sell what you're selling. So that's what I'm saying. What I'm also saying is this. If you really want to build a business really fast and well, you don't have to be selling to folks who don't have the money to pay you. Because if you sell to broke clients, you're going to be broke. Look at the big companies of this world. Look at the Salesforce of this world. Look at Tesla. Look at all the big companies you can think of. Yeah. Apple sells at 57% minimum margin. So you want to sell to stuff. See, Apple is not a $2 trillion company for nothing. They know what they're doing. So if you sell and your margin, you're still struggling with 10% margin, any business that fights on margin will die on margin. So you want to do a business that really bring in more cash flow for you to play so that you can actually have more money to grow your business. The way I say it is this. You come to a business, you're charging big clients, you're getting big money. And that's why when our clients come to us sometime in the first month of working with us, maybe they get a client for $10,000 or $5,000. What we do, we take that money, we recoup that money back into advertising spend. Boom, the next month they get more. So that's why I said marketing is an investment, but you need to understand the economics of it.
So I have a question for you, which is right off of what you're saying. So let's say, because I have a customer that builds custom homes, and they are $1 million and up, right, for a house. So how would somebody like that? Where do you find? Our challenge is trying to find the people that can afford that. Because again, we've identified that you could try and sell $1 million home to a homeless individual, and for $1,000, like you said, and it's not going to work. How do you find the people that are affluent? What do you have a system? I mean, do you work with your clients to try and find those people as well as, identify the message?
Most of the things people do to get deep pocket clients or wealthy clients or affluent clients are wrong.
Okay.
Now, how do I know? I know because I've been doing the wrong thing before I started doing the right thing. So I know what is wrong and what is right.
Yep.
Now, again, the way most people do try to get a client, it's okay. The other day, I saw somebody on the site, and they said, "Hey, I have lovely homes to sell. It's somewhere in Florida. If you want to buy, just go here. The home, it's $1.7 million, and then you buy it." I said, "Wait a minute. No one is going to give you 1.7 million over the phone. That's not what you should sell. What you sell is what will lead to you making the sale." Let me unpack myself. So, if I want to buy a custom home, what do I do first before buying a custom home? I have to inspect the home, correct? I have to inspect it, I have to look at it. So,
Okay.
what I do is, I don't sell the home, I sell that inspection. But hey, I don't just sell the inspection because I want to save my time. My marketing message will help me filter the people who I want to spend my time with doing the inspection. Because if I go do inspection with someone who's broke, I'm not going to get any return on my time. So it's going to be waste. So my job is to make sure I filter away. In fact, most of our clients, they get as much as 90% closing rate when they get on the phone with their customer. Why? Because their marketing has already filtered out the bad guys, the guys who are broke, who don't have the money. In fact, most times we have a system we develop in-house that we use in such a way that clients make deposit before they jump on a sales call with us. So because they've made deposit before they jump on the sales call with us, it's easier for us to know this person is a yes client. And because the person is a yes client, once we get on the phone, the client is going to say yes to us. So that's basically what I'm saying. You've got to filter out the bad guys with your processing, both with your marketing message, both with your offer. So because most times people think creating an offer is about bundling up some stuff together and giving it away. That's what an offer is. That's not an offer, actually. An offer, with the magic offers that we use, with the system we use, you'll see that it's way more than that. Creating an offer that actually make you the money you want to make. So back to your custom home. What you sell is not the home itself. Because before you sell the home, the person must inspect or must at least get more information, because you're selling stuff for $1 million. So the person must first want to inspect. If it's a car dealership, the person will first want to test drive the car, right? That is what you sell. You sell that test driving.
Gotcha.
You sell that test driving. That's what you sell. So once the person buy the test driving, then the person tests the car. The next thing you want to do is to then talk about your business. But you structure it in such a way that the person is already pre-sold. Again, that's where the magic offer system comes in. The person is already pre-sold before ever coming to you for the test drive. So I don't know if it makes sense now.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. The hard part here, the challenge that I would ask you for your help additionally is there's not a car to test drive. There's not a house sitting because it's custom house. You build it to however you want it, to whatever size. So there's not like a test. There's not like a sample sitting.
Who builds the house? Your clients build the house, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. So how do they sell currently? Before the person pays, does you draw the house or give the person understanding of what he's going to be getting? Anything like that?
Yeah, they would get a set of a blueprint, that would show the house. They would, show, like if you wanted to build a huge house, and they would.
Dave, that's the point. What you do is sell the blueprint.
Okay.
That's what you sell, because the blueprint is what will lead to you selling the house.
Gotcha.
So you sell the blueprint.
Okay.
Because without the blueprint, the person doesn't know what he's going to get. So you sell the blueprint first. In fact, you can even sell the blueprint for your fee, or you can give it away for zero. But we found out that selling the blueprint for your fee makes more money for you, and it makes the client more qualified, because the client is committed. Because you're going to sell stuff for $1 million. So if you're selling stuff for $1 million, so selling the blueprint for, let's say, some hundreds of dollars makes the client value the blueprint more, and will make the client want to work with you, and will also help you liquidate your advertising spend. So you're acquiring that client at zero cost.
Gotcha.
Because your blueprint has made the money for you.
Awesome. Well, and so yeah, that's good. Thank you for sharing that information. And so that's the magic part. So I'm curious from a personal perspective,
Mhm.
Johnson, what drew you to the marketing and sales, way back early in your career? What
That's a
drew you to
that's
this?
an absolute fantastic question. So I have been a marketing guy or a sales guy all my life. So when I was eight, I started hawking, selling for my parents back in Africa. So basically, it would tell me, go sell stuff for me, so that you can use that to support the family. So you have to go out and sell. So you sell stuff like granules and all this kind of stuff. So people buy. You're literally hawking it on the street. So you carry, yeah, that's what it is. So people go to buy it. So my first encounter with marketing was maybe I was about 16 or 15 thereabout. So there's this particular market my mom goes to sell, and our competitors go to that market. So one particular day, I'd gone around the city, I couldn't sell my own stuff. So I went to this market where my mom sells. So I was like, okay, I'm going to sell on this market today. And then when I got to that market, I noticed everybody, because business for that day was bad for them. So most of them sat down. They were not doing anything. They were just idling away. So what I did on that day was I studied the market. The next day, I came to the market early in the morning. Early in the morning. So when I got to where those guys were clustered together, gossiping and gisting, I was screaming on top of my voice and say, like, I have come. So they turn and look, where's the man? What's the matter? So they turn and look at me. My friend, get out from here. We're not looking for you. So, but my intention was to catch their attention. So the most thing is they'll turn and look at me and say, hey, so little kid, what are you doing? I'm selling granite. So most time they'll say, we don't want granite today. So I kept doing that for a week. And then within a week, I took over the market by storm. So, so my name in the market became I have come. So everyone started calling me I have come. So when they see the little kid, I was so good. I was selling so fast. I was finishing everything I was selling. I had sold my mom in the market. I had sold a competitor. My mom was so uncomfortable and she told me not to come to that market ever again. So
She stayed home and made you do all the work. Nice.
yes. Yeah. So I was so good with it. And that's my first encounter with marketing and sales. So I was just like, I'm this energy guy. When it comes to marketing, I'm incredibly passionate about it. And that's why when I talk about the return on investment, I talk about it with so much passion because I believe you should get it. Anyway, so back in 2000, that was when the dot-com boom, happened in Africa.
Sure.
So it was just that time, that period. And then 2004, I got into online marketing. And then I started the company. We're just pushing the company little by little. And then in 2006 and 8, I decided that, hey, I didn't want to work with clients in Africa again. Why? Most people didn't understand or appreciate the internet back then. I mean, they just couldn't understand that somebody could make money from the internet. Like, it was so weird, so difficult for people to understand that. I said, hey, look, listen, I'm done. So I have a mentor at the time who told me, hey, no, you can't leave Africa. You've got to be in Africa. You've got to sell in Africa because there's no way you can get payment for if you work with clients abroad. And that's true. Till this moment, as I speak with you, in Africa, if you stay in Africa, you are unable to receive payment using PayPal. You can only make payment with it. So that was the challenge I had at the time. So 2008, I decided to go to the US, where I incorporated my company, and then from there we went crazy. 2016, company started growing like crazy, and ever since then, like I've been enjoying myself in marketing.
Wow, that's so cool. So then you fast forward to the fact that you write a book, and how did that come into, how did you start that process, and what caused you to want to write your book?
Okay, so we're consulting with this big client one day, this very big multinational client, like they call them. They have a lot of money. So we're consulting for them, and they paid us a lot of money. So what my personal executive assistant looked at me and said, don't you think the book will be good? I said, yeah. So immediately that came to my mind that we should systemize our process and sell to people, because one, we are very picky with the people we work with in our agency. Our agency, we have 6 months wait list on our client. So there are people who stay on our wait list for 6 months, wanting to work with our agency. So we have a lot of guys, who are hungry to work with us, but they have to wait for 6 months for our agency part of thing. But our consulting and our coaching arm of the business, that we can take on client. So, but we are not cheap. Working with us isn't cheap. So my executive assistant said to me, Johnson, don't you think we should write a book so that you just help people who are unable to, hire your service or get you stuff? I said, okay, that sounds like a brilliant idea. So immediately, that's what gave birth to the book, Deep Pocket Client. That's it. And the book, it's crazy right now. Like everybody everywhere, they're raving about the book because they say they've never seen anybody who talk about how to acquire client. And like some aspects of the book are very controversial, but not controversial because for the sake of controversy. They're controversial because the gurus don't like talking about it, either because they don't do it, or they don't even know that some stuff like this exists. So the book, it's like absolutely phenomenal. Not because I'm the author, I'm speaking for the thousands of guys who review the book who say like, this is a book, this is a pure good.
So what's the name of the book, Johnson?
Deep Pocket Client.
Deep Pockets Clients. And are you, it's on Amazon, I'm assuming?
No, it's not. It's not on Amazon. We're not selling stuff on Amazon because we're talking of Deep Pocket Client. It's not a $2 book. So because this is about helping you getting clients using a proprietary system. Clients who can help you grow your business really quick. But it's available on our site. I'll share the link with you so that share with the audience.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you for that. So when somebody comes to you and they've decided that, they want some help and they realize that you can help them, once we've identified a goal, do you put together a plan and then do you kind of let them, do the work, or are you alongside them through the process? What does that look like once we've started to work together, John?
First, if you come to us as an agency, as an agency client, we just look at you, look at your goal. We do everything for you. We develop everything. We do everything and we execute everything. You do nothing. Your job is to sit down because you are not a marketing company. You want to sell the stuff you're selling. So we say, hey, go focus on what you're doing. Let us handle all the magic of marketing while you handle the money that flows in. So we do that for you. So we do that for you. Right?
Wait a minute here. So all I got to do is watch the money come in? Why would I not want to do this? This is totally fair. And your website said for every $1 I give you, you give me $3 back. So it's
exactly. And we even go further to say, listen, if I really like your personality and we think you're a great guy, we say, hey, why don't we do performance basis? Because most guys cannot do it. They tell you there's no guarantee in marketing. Like marketing cannot be guaranteed. I say that's bullshit. How can you say marketing cannot be guaranteed? A good marketing is predictable.
Okay.
It should be predictable. And I don't just say that. I take it a step further to say, hey, listen, don't pay us anything upfront. Let's split the sale we make for you. Give us a percentage of the sales. Like, okay, let's do it. But some client will say, no, they don't want to do that. Instead, they should pay because they know when we do that, they're going to be paying us more. Because
yeah, exactly. Wow. So that's really unique. So you just so that I get this right, if you found the right client, the right product, so on and so forth, you would work with them on some kind of commission program as opposed to a fixed fee or whatever your normal fee is.
Yeah, if the product you're selling is great and we really like you, we're going to do what we call performance-based marketing. You pay us for performance alone.
Wow.
So, but most clients don't. Most of the clients we propose that so don't like it because you're going to pay us higher fee at that time because you're not paying us anything upfront. You're just paying us for the result we generate for you. So that's one way to work with us. We execute your marketing if you're working with our agency. That's why we have clients who wait for us 6 months on our agency list. That's one way of working with us. Second way is we look at you come to us, we look at our proprietary system, and then we tell you this is what you should do. We develop your own custom solutions with you together, and we work with you to execute it. Like we consult with you, we coach you to execute that system into your business. And then you do the work, but we guide you so that you're not just working amiss, like they say in the Bible. You are working with us. We're telling you what to do. You're working directly with our team. I'm telling you what to do. This is how way to go. Hey, you don't know how to create a magic offer. Hey, let's do that. We help you. We sit with you. This is how magic offer is created. Hey, you're selling. You're selling without using the power message. Hey, no, don't do that. Use the power message to sell. You're selling without doing this because there are too many shitty things when you go online. They will tell you do start this, do webinar 5 times in a week, write blog post 10 times in a week. All those things are great, but there are better ways for getting the result that you seek to get. And that's what we do. We look at the cheap way that you can get the result you want to get so that you can have more money to throw into your business and grow the business. That's what we look at. And that's what we do basically to help this client get the kind of result that changes their life.
Sure. Wow, that's awesome. So on your site, you have a free report and it's titled 5 Guaranteed Ways to Double Your Sales in 90 Days. So that is all of a sudden, if that doesn't get an entrepreneur listening right now, interested and excited and curious, I don't know what is, but share one of, do you mind sharing one of the tactics with the audience so that we can kind of get a flavor for, what we're in for if we jump into that?
So if you jump into that site, you're going to get a lot of amazing stuff. If you also go to johnsonemanuel.com, which is my personal site, where I drop loads of amazing stuff as well. As of today, where we're recording this, I'm actually working on what I think is one of my best blog posts so far. It's about pricing strategy that grows revenue. So we're working on that right now. After this show, I'm going to publish it live. So if you go there, you also see that stuff there. So it's about, one thing I believe strongly, and I absolutely believe it in my heart, that you need to know how to create magic offers. And in that report, I talked about how you create magic offers. Sometimes when you hear and you read, you understand better. So there I talk about how to create magic offers and the magic offer that really help you, to really grow your business. And if you jump in on it, you get it. And beside that, I also have a webinar that I conduct once in a month, just once in a month. And it's not the typical webinar because I'm busy, work and all those stuff. So I make out just once in a month to do a webinar, not just the sales kind of webinar. Hey, I'm here giving you content with the webinar, like real stuff that will really help you grow.
Sure.
And if you also want a custom blueprint, that's the one I enjoy most, where I help businesses, get customized blueprints. Like that's what I want. So we sit down, we look at your business, we get the customized blueprint for you. Like how much do you want to make, where you should get a client and everything. This is me live talking to you over the phone, Zoom or Skype or something. Then I'm telling you what to do. We develop a strategy for you. We call it predictable profit protocol. So we develop that system for you, which you use. Then just all you need to do, take it to your house, hang it on the wall, because in the next 90 days, you're going to get boom in your revenue.
So what you have 5 guaranteed ways. Do you have to do all 5 of those then, or can you pick and choose, or how does that work?
The first thing is, if you open, you get 1, start with 1. And then see progress. Then you go, you do 2, you see progress. You do 3, you see progress. That's how we move. That's what we do in life. You must make progress. But if you're doing stuff, you're not seeing progress, you will not be encouraged to keep doing it. So start with 1, number 1. Then leave number 1, go to number 2. But the quickest way, if you're so much in a hurry, because I know like a lot of things seem to be happening in the world, the quickest way is when we get on the phone and then we develop a customized, predictable profit protocol with our team. They will develop that for you over the phone, and then they'll give you the PDF, which you can hang on your wall, and then you can always refer to it.
Wow.
Anytime you want to.
That's awesome.
So there for your audience, I'm going to do that for a few of them who can reach out to us, and then we can help them do the I will, and I'm saying this, I usually don't do it myself, but I will personally hop on a call with them, and then I will personally develop a predictable revenue protocol for them, which they will use to actually grow their business.
So predictable revenue protocol is what you're talking. So if you're listening and you know, let's just be real. If you're listening, most people are like, yeah, whatever. Okay, I get it. That's fine. There are some people listening that are intrigued by this, and they're going to really be like tempted to jump on that call with you, Johnson. So, I want to encourage you, if you're listening, take it. What do you have to lose? I mean, the guy's way in Nigeria. He's never going to find you. So he's not going to track you down other than on the phone. So, invest some time with somebody that's done this before. And I think that's what's so unique is,
and if you don't like it, if you think I wasted your time, just let me know. I'll PayPal you $100.
Wow. Now we're gonna get $100 if it doesn't work. Okay.
So the worst you would get is that you're gonna get $100 from me, and then the best is that you're gonna have a predictable revenue protocol system you can use to grow your business. So either way, you come out the winner. I mean, the pressure is gonna be on me, not you.
Yeah. Johnson's not going to sleep now because all this pressure's on him. So that's awesome. So, hey, as we start to come in for a landing today, I want to ask a question. Let's talk about some of the things that you're seeing out in the market, in sales and marketing that are, pet peeves, things that you don't like, things that aren't working, things we might be trying that just aren't working. What are you seeing, out there that we should stop doing? If you have anything that you can think of, we'd love to learn about.
Now, there's so many things I don't like with marketing, and I say it most of the time when I talk to people. Like I said, I call them bullshit, marketing bullshit. First, when you tell people that they should not expect return on their marketing investment, that's bullshit. Like, that is nonsensical nonsense. You can't tell somebody not to expect return on the marketing investment, like telling them, hey, I'm not sure if it's going to work. It's like telling me, I'm not sure if you buy a car from me, I'm going to deliver the car to you. That's nonsense, as far as I'm concerned, because marketing should be predictable. Your revenue should be predictable. Your return on marketing budget should be predictable. The same way is, hey, buy this course. It may work, it may not work. Just buy it. That's nonsense. I mean, people should not buy programming. You're not sure if it will work or not. And that's why before you join our program, we ensure you can get a result. If we cannot get a result, we don't sell to you. We value our name more than this. Don't forget, I'm a guy from a third world country. Even though I live in the US, I'm a guy from a third world country. So the only way I can compete favorably is by selling stuff the right way. So that's the only way. That's my competitive advantage by making sure clients get result. That's the only way I can compete with somebody who's an American who like when you say I'm from Nigeria, the first thing you hear, hey, it's coming to scam us, right? So, but the only way I can make sure that you will not feel like I'm going to hurt your finances is to say, listen, we're going to get you the result you seek. And make sure you also get the result. I work with you, push your ass until you get the result you seek. So that's it. That's what I think people should do. That's what I think people should do to be able, that's what some of the nonsense people do. The next thing again is this guru syndrome. Overdose of guru syndrome. Hey, I'm the guru. You see a guy who's standing in front of one rented Tesla or one rented Lamborghini. And then you're like, oh God, this guy is doing well. The guy may be suffering for all I care. That's nonsense. The other thing I see is people come talk about me marketing. That's nonsense. Like, you talk so much about yourself. What is in it for the client? Sure. Nothing. You've talked about yourself all day, nothing for the audience. So that's kind of bullshit marketing. And like I could go on and on, man. So let's pause here.
Wow, I love it. So if I had so I shouldn't be sitting on a Tesla if it's not mine, right?
No, I mean, because people do that because they want to deceive the market. I say this: if you deceive people with your marketing, you don't deserve to be in the market. Your marketing should help people get better after they've met you than when they met you, than when they came to you. So, for instance, after this conversation with you and the audience, people listening to it, they should feel like Johnson gave me value more, and for my time, the time I spent with him, I want to see them download this episode, put it on their phone and listen to it while they drive, while they go to the gym, wherever they are, they're listening to Johnson all over again and again. That is what will make me feel like a champion. So sure. I want guys to do that. And my marketing should be able to add value to you, not about me, or trying to deceive the audience. Because when you deceive the audience, there's a long-term effect. But most people just live for the now. I don't live for the now. I live for the future.
That's awesome. Wow. And I can say this is the first show that I've done that there's a money back guarantee, like $100. So, if you do jump on a call with Johnson and it doesn't pan out, you don't feel like you got what you were told that you were going to get. You don't feel like you're better off than when you started the call. He's going to help pay for that. And I'm pretty confident that nobody's going to get any money, because you're all going to be like, holy cow, this is awesome, this is really great stuff. So
all the time we've done this, all the time we've been doing this for 5 years. Like, I've been waiting. There's only one guy that came one time and said, hey, so he came, he said, give us my $100. You wasted my time. So I'm so sorry. I'm going to give you 200.
Oh.
So I gave him, so I gave him the money. So he was so shocked. 3 days later, he reached out to my team and told us that we didn't waste his time. He just wanted to be sure if we're real with this offer. So he wanted to work with us. And we told him, okay, send back our $200. He sent them. Exactly. I was shocked.
Send me my money back. Come on, it's a joke. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I got 2 more questions for you, Johnson. I'm gonna let you go. If we had a Johnson Emmanuel tip of the week, what would that be?
This is huge. Okay, there's so many things playing in my head now. Jeez, which one should I say? Okay, I would say learn stuff, do stuff.
Learn stuff and do stuff.
Yeah. Awesome. Because you want to take action. Most people don't just stop and don't play with your marketing. So learn stuff, do stuff, move fast. Like, just move fast.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. So one last question, which is always fun. For people that don't know you, what's one thing that we don't know about you that you feel comfortable sharing with the audience?
What should I say? Okay. I'm a very religious guy.
Okay.
Like, very religious guy. Yeah. So I'm a Christian, unapologetic Christian. I was raised in a Pentecostal church, and I grew up in a Pentecostal church. I'm almost a Pentecostal pastor. So people don't know this about me. People don't know this about me, but I'm a very, very religious guy, and it's one of the reasons, and it helped me. Like, it really helped me because it gave me the foundation I needed to build my business. How do I mean? Our business, one of our competitive advantage, because I am from Nigeria, a developing country, like they say, because I know where I'm coming from, and because of my strong religious background, my competitive advantage above my competitor is honesty. So because I'm so religious, I love God and I do the things of God, and I have solid moral behavior. So it helped me to be honest. So why people are not honest, why they are dishonest in the market, my competitive advantage, which even Harvard perhaps doesn't teach you, is honesty and integrity. Integrity is never lie to your audience, never lie to your customer, never cheat your customer. Be honest with them, be open with them. Don't try to manipulate them. Tell them the truth at all time. Don't tell them an offer is going away when you know that offer is not going away, and you say it is marketing gimmick. That's bullshit. So because of that belief, my upbringing, strong moral upbringing, I'm able to do that. And that is why we move our company from a one-man riot squad to a 15-people team, and we're doing well.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, Johnson. So for people that want to learn more about you, want to learn more about Havanzer, or want to take you up on your free offer, what's the best way for people to reach out to you?
So guys, if you want to reach out to me, it's very easy and straightforward, right? So go to Twitter, just type in Johnson Emmanuel. You'll see my head. I'll pop out. You'll see my big head pop out before you. So just go to John. so just go there. You'll see me. The next way, just go to JohnsonEmmanuel.com. JohnsonEmmanuel.com. If you want this offer, because it's not available to the audience, it's not available to anyone. I don't want people to get to the page. So it's strictly for Dave's audience, for the listener of this podcast, all right? So go to that, JohnsonEmmanuel.com. shoot us go to the contact us page, shoot us a mail. Alternatively, just send a mail to support@johnsonemmanuel.com. Just tell them that you shared me on the podcast and then you want to take us up on that predictable revenue protocol. So where I would jump with you, I personally would jump with you. But unfortunately, because of my busy schedule, I can only do that within this week or so that I can do other stuff. So you got to jump on that right about now so that we can do it. After this week, I may not be able to attend to it so that I can also do a good job for you. So we're going to be spending like 1 hour, between 30 minutes and 1 hour on the phone because I want to be sure that you get real value. So jump on that and then we're able to do that. After developing the predictable profit system for you, the protocol for you, if I feel we can work together and I feel I'm convinced that I would like you and we're good, then I can talk about how we can work together long term to get you the results that you seek.
That's awesome.
If not, I just give you the model and then you go to also, I said it, johnsonemmanuel.com, you find me there, and then support@johnsonemmanuel.com. Also, you visit Havanzer.com. You'll find us everywhere.
Excellent.
Everywhere.
That is awesome. Now remember, guys, if you're listening, Johnson has to like you. So be on your best behavior, okay? Because if he doesn't like you, then he's not going to give you stuff. So he's got to like you.
Right.
That's what he said. So Johnson, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out. I took a bunch of notes as always. And again, if you're listening, and the 2 M's we talked about, money and magic, you know what? If money's important to you and you feel like you want to make more and you feel like your marketing is not really giving you that ROI that Johnson talked about, maybe it's not as focused as you want it to be, he's giving you some great feedback and great ways to improve that. So you know what, we bring this every week to you, and if you don't take us up on it, I get it, but that's on you. That's not on him, and that's not on me. We do our best to bring this to you, and all it takes is to jump on to johnsonemmanuel.com, and he'll take it from there. You'll see his smiley face, like he said, and then you'll be able to communicate directly with him. So, Johnson, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and look forward to you helping our guests and our listeners moving forward.
Thank you for having me. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I love you all.